I didn't offer you this the other day, but I wanted to tell you what we're doing with it.
Okay.
But so when Jones went back to his car, he went and called a supervisor, and really the guys were confused. Once again, go back to what we talked about the other day. My guys cover 8 counties. So
sure.
it's hard to know everything in those 8 counties. And Jones actually just transferred down here less than a year ago from the toll road. And Dickerson just transferred up into what we consider our north zone, which is Madison, Delaware County, from our southwest zone, which was Henry and Rush. So what they were trying to do, they called the supervisor, and they were trying to figure out who that road belonged to. And they weren't sure, and they were calling the prison and asking the prison, and the prison wasn't sure. Obviously, the guy out in front of you thought he knew what he was talking about. He did not. And so Jones did make that call, and it went to the sergeant that was working that night, who was up in Delaware County. That's why he didn't make it all the way down there before you left.
Sure.
So the vibe was, hey, before we do anything, we got to figure out who this road belongs to. And before they got to that, with Jones and the sergeant that he was talking to, before they got to that point, you went ahead and moved on, I assume, further down the road or wherever it was you went to.
Well, yeah, because they told me I was trespassed.
I know. But I told you I'd get an answer to that, and that was
sure.
the answer. That was where they were.
Well, honestly, and I understand that maybe Jones didn't think about it or anything like that. If I'd have thought about it at the time, I'd have pulled it up on my phone.
Yeah,
and the GIS survey. But I mean, he's got a computer.
We're familiar with that website. I'm pushing it out now to the guys because that's a valuable website.
Yeah, I mean, all you got to do is Madison County GSI or GIS, and it pops up the MMO map, and you can go anywhere, click on the property lines, and it'll outline the parcel. Yeah,
and so that's a valuable tool, and I'm actually gonna push that out to the district and show them that's valuable information that they need.
Okay.
So what I'm doing with Dickerson, so I wanted to include you in this and tell you what we're doing, is I brought him in today, and he got about a 2 or 2.5 hour counseling session, and I remediated him on the First Amendment as it pertains to photography. The Fourth Amendment, Terry versus Ohio.
And I didn't say that to him. I should have. But
what a seizure is, what a detainment is, and so we did that on the district level, and then I'm also bringing in our attorney, who is our state attorney, who teaches the constitutional law at the Law Enforcement Academy, and he's going to sit down, and I'm going to do a remediation between him and Dickerson on constitutional law as well. Then I went over de-escalation training and remediated him on his de-escalation training. And so we did that at a district level. And then I'm bringing in a state instructor for de-escalation, and I'm going to put him through de-escalation training as well.
Okay.
On top of that, I wrote him a formal letter of counsel that goes in his personnel file, citing what he did wrong and what we need to improve, and that the corrective action is that we're going to retrain him and educate him on the constitutional issues and the de-escalation issues.
All right.
So that's where we stand with that.
Okay. Now, I mean, and like I said, and I told you, and I have defended Jones on that video that now has almost 10,000 views. Mm-hmm. I have defended him to a lot of people saying that he was just as dumb, but you know, I understand where he was coming from. He did de-escalate. He did professionally, and you know, and I told you all that the other day.
Yeah.
You know, so, but I think probably, and he did the right thing of letting me go, of course, and not force an ID and, you know, trespassing written, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, maybe there, you know, and being a seasoned trooper, maybe a little training on more. I mean, if it was an investigation, I mean, 3 minutes. What 3 minutes is not the investigation. No, you know, I would have stayed there another 20 if he was waiting to hear back from someone that really knew, or they pulled up.
Yeah, I did speak to Jones about that as well. I didn't do what I consider official training, but what I told Jones is like, I was like, listen, if you're confused, man, if you don't know, it's okay to tell him that. I was like, I've talked to Richard on the phone. I said, if you have told him, hey, you know, we're getting from you that this is public property, we're getting from the prison that it's not, we just want to take a set and figure this out. I was like, I'm pretty sure the guy would have been okay with that.
Oh, absolutely. That's why when he said...
Knowing you now, I think you probably would have pulled up your phone and showed it to him.
Well, I would have taken, you know, because I was just, you know, it was heightened. Okay?
Yeah.
It was at a level that I was already irritated and I wasn't thinking, and, you know, I was just like, fine. Like you said, it was better to walk away and not argue on the side of the road, you know. Yeah.
And that's so Dickerson, too. I was like, man, you got out of the car I'm a guitar player, so I use guitar terms sometimes. I was like, you got out of the car at a 10 and real quickly took it to an 11. I was like, that's not what we do as police officers. I was like, we go down. We bring calm to the situation.
Sure.
And he understood and he agreed that.
Well, and I, like I said, I didn't mind him asking me what I was doing. Is when he said, you can't do this.
Yep.
Or it's policy that you can't do this. And that's what got me, of course, you saw it. So.
If that's me as a civilian and being approached like that, I'm in the same boat as you. Yeah, I can. And prison's policies don't affect me because I'm not in prison.
Sure. And that's what I told him, and that's when he said, would you like to be behind the walls? So.
Don't care to, but like you said, I don't think I'm going to either.
Yeah, I don't believe I will be, so, you know.